Oh my god. It's been forever, y'all. Okay, so pardon the glare in my glasses. I'm currently sitting in my living room because changes of circumstance and a lot of other things. In fact, have I posted since I moved? I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's been so long. So here we are, just jumping right in because that's what I do. And trying to use a day that I don't have as much to do to try and get some stuff done. So, bear with me. Hopefully this is not going to be too terrible, but I don't know, because this is what we do over here. So, without further ado, I'm Aradia Noir, your resident witch and creatrix over to Aradia's Hand, and Danae is Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And we happen to be doing a little bit of a loot list today, because I have kind of been on a book bender recently, sort of, over the past months, weeks, like 6+ months, like here, there. Hear me out. Not really, but kind of, but not really, but kind of, but sort of, but yes. And so, I don't know what's happening, but one such change of circumstance just happened. So we're back. Hi. Oh my god. Well, it's good to know nothing has changed in my demeanor and all of this nonsense. So anyway, yeah, I thought I would just but books, stuff, things. So yeah. And we're trying out a new setup, and I don't know that I like this setup because it's actually, I don't know what it looks like for y'all, but it's like really dark in here. And I'm just like, So, anyway, we're doing a little loot list. It's about books, which I do want to honorably mention. All of these books are going to make it into, yeah, they're probably all going to make it into Sunday with Book Bay. One of them may have already made it there, and so I may update the thing with a picture because I prefer to use my own pictures when I can. But now that I think about it, I'm like, well, did you do this already? And I'm like, I don't know. It's been so long. I can't remember what I've done anymore. That's great. So, we're doing a little loot list. So usually I reserve hauls for Tuesday, and we do art hauls, biz hauls, magic hauls, intuitive hauls, you know, whatever. And then at some point I decided, you know, I'm always buying stuff for my work, but I totally also buy stuff like cool new things and toys and trinkets and ooh for myself. So maybe I should share this too, because if you like the things I like to make and the things I like to create with and all this other stuff, maybe you like the things I like to do too. And hey, maybe you'll find something that you like too, and you'll be like, oh yay, shared interest. I don't know. Whoa, it's great. So I've had the tiniest amount of an energy drink today. Okay. My second one. It's not my second one. It's my first one. It's my first whole one. Okay, my first whole one is barely drank. So this is just me wilding out because it's been a while and I haven't done this. And books, I'm excited. Yeah. So, without further ado, I got 12 books and a bag, which is, of course, not at hand. So I'm gonna have to get up and leave and come back. Great. Freaking great. I love this. This is great. So anyway. Second and Charles. I'm gonna go out of order. Apparently I'd never been there and I didn't know what it was. And my ex introduced me to this because it said something about, oh, have you ever been there? And I'm thinking it's like a food thing. Is it a food thing? Is it a clothing thing? I don't know. No, I don't know. Technically, both of those things are true because they do have candy and snacks and sometimes t-shirts. But no, it's more like an FYE, sort of, or like Barnes & Noble, but better, right? Because used books. That's why it's better instantly. So for those of you who don't know, Second and Charles is like a new and used bookstore. So they do have new books. They do have used books. They also have albums and CDs and little bits of action people and, you know, new books that are popular and books that people have sold them And I love the used book portion because honestly, I love used books. I have a lot of used books, and like one of my authors, which I incidentally don't have any for this haul, Patricia Cornwell, who actually, funnily enough, I think is from Richmond. I have a bunch of her books that I've gotten from like thrift stores and used bookstores and stuff like that. And so I love bookstores. I love used bookstores even more because, yeah, I love not paying full price for something that there's honestly nothing wrong with and just somebody else didn't want. Like, I'm a hand-me-down queen, so love it. We love to see it. We love to see reuse. We love it. It's great. So, without further ado, okay, first of all, what I got? I just want to say, unlike Friend, I don't love hardbacks. I kind of hate them. I kind of hate them because they're larger and they're more expensive and they take up a lot more space. And I'm much more concerned about possibly breaking them. Okay? I am. But these are special. They're special and that doesn't count. So, these are by Sherrilyn Kenyon. Actually, I have this one in paperback. This is so special a book to me that I have to have it in audio and paperback and hardback. Because I already have Acheron in hardback and paperback, and now I have Styxx in hardback and paperback. And as you can see, this is a chunky boy. This is like thousands of years of story, and I'm very excited. About this. Because I have been meaning to. There's one other book, Stygian, which I need in those copies too. So, this is like a very much awaited novel too. It has also got like some big sad parts in it. Like there's just some absolute horrific, oh my gosh, this is terrible and this sucks to be you. So the trope that is popular in that book, which I won't ruin for you, is also in this one. This one is the same deal of big thick boy. And this is because it covers so much time and like so many events. Like this starts before the series. Or at the beginning of the series. And it's, I don't know which book this is. Is it the 15th book or something? I'm not sure. Anyway, but this is like a good 10, 12 or so books in. So this spans that amount of time. And then up to that point. And then beyond that point. Which is why I love it. So, very excited. This is one of the authors. I found this author because of an army friend. I started with another book. And fell in love with the series like instantly. And I was like, sold, done. Now, the next 4 authors, because that's why I have 4 authors next to me. The next 4 authors are courtesy of Friend. A friend finally convinced me to try a new author out. So that's me. I don't really call these book recommendations when I do Sunday with Book Babe. To be perfectly honest, that's not what they are. They're not book recommendations. This is me just sharing a book and me telling you what I think of it. But it's a recommendation? No. Because I don't take recommendations. Because I have very specific parameters of what I'll read and what I won't read. And I gotta tell you, I'm so fussy about it. So incredibly fussy about it. There's a lot of things I won't read. So like, I need a happily ever after. And I don't want any nonsense. Okay, I'll take like some realistic nonsense, like some, okay, this is actually something that does kind of happen in real life, and so it's relatable. I can deal with that. Yes. But that's it. And then I'm like, maybe don't. This is a redo on the cover. So, I'm so glad that I waited to get these. This is Kresley Cole. This is not the first one that she recommended to me she recommended Showalter first, and I got into Showalter first. It took me a while to get into Showalter. And then she recommended Cole, and then Briggs, and she recommended Ward before, but I haven't actually gotten into Ward yet. I don't have any of her stuff because I haven't read any of it, and so I'm not like sold on it yet, even though it probably will be. I haven't taken the plunge, but Kresley Cole decided to do a cover redo. So there are 2 covers as of this recording that have been done, and I just happened to find this one, and I've been wanting it because I'm like, oh, I love a redo. Redos are great. I love reimaginings. Like, fun covers are fun covers. And so yeah. I have read. I am up to date in this series completely. Actually, I'm up to date in this series. I am not up to date in this one. I have the latest book, and I just haven't finished it. I might have to restart it because I don't remember what's going on. But this is my first of this one. I'm very excited. Now, what I will say I'm a little mad about is the 2 that have been redone are not like the first 2. Like, this is like the 3rd or 4th book in or something like that. I don't know. Let me see if it tells me. It's like, yeah, it's like the 3rd one in or so. Maybe the 4th one. I'm a little mad. Okay? I'm a little mad. Alright. Try not to die. Alright, so this is actually the first author that I got into, and it was actually this series. So I got The Darkest Seduction, The Darkest Touch. These are good sized books too. Like, this is, how many pages is this bad boy? 400 and some pages. It's not bad. Now, is it because there's like extra stuff in here? Yeah, there's extra stuff. So it's 473 pages of actual book. So first of all, this might be my favorite one. Okay, I gotta be honest with you. This is probably my favorite one. I love Torrin. I love him so much. And I love him because of his whole shtick. It's great. And then Paris is okay. This is Paris, yeah. Paris is okay. I think it's hilarious though that it's Paris. And I feel like there's like meaning in that. Anyway, I don't want to get into too much of this, but the whole premise is Pandora's box, and it features into this. And so these are my first 2 of these. They are well into it, and you can see this has been like well read, which is great. I love a book that's been loved. Okay, that's fun. I was talking to wife earlier today, and she was just like, "Oh, my books all look like they're brand new. They never look like they've been read." And I'm like, no, I'm gonna Velveteen Rabbit my books, friend. They're gonna look like I read the living hell out of them by the time I'm done with them. Like, I want to read them so much they fall apart. Okay, that means I have loved that book. And I get like treating yourself nice, and I'm totally team treat your stuff nice, but I'm not like team treat your stuff nice to the point where it looks like you never use it because it is not a museum piece. I'm gonna tell her that too. Okay, this one I think took me a while to get into, which is funny because, yeah, so this is actually a spinoff from the Mercy Thompson series. This is Alpha and Omega. And I actually just recently started reading these, and I haven't read all of this. I think I read this one. I think I started reading this one, and by reading I mean I've actually got into the audiobooks. But so this and all these other books before, these are all couples. It's like a couple, and most of what I read are romance novels, and that's what it is. It's a book about this one couple, and the next book is about another, and then they'll feature and like come back and blah 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 blah. This is a couple, but these 2 books are following the same couple. And then in Mercy Thompson series, you're following Mercedes Thompson over the course of all her adventures. And I do read books like that where it's like this long drawn out adventure that this one person is having. And like there's some subplots and some intrigue and some love interests and some friendships and some loss and some things that happen, you know, because those things happen in people's lives, fictional and otherwise. But this is all of that for like a specific 2 like pair of people. So I actually like this so far. Because you get to kind of delve into this whole thing like with another set of characters that you hear about but you don't really hear about, and so it's kind of like some backstory, which is fun. I love backstory, right? And then finally we have these. So this is Christine Feehan's Carpathian series. And so everything is dark, just like everything from the League, which is what Born of Legend is from. It's like Born of. So I've got Dark Guardian, Dark Destiny, Dark Tarot, which is one of the newest books. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of the newest ones. Dark Legend and Dark Illusion, which is also fairly new. I can tell it's fairly new, but just based on like what the cover feels like or whatever. Anyway. I started actually listening to these in audiobooks because I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and try them and see what I think. And I'll get them from the library. And if I hate it, right, first of all, it's an audiobook, right? I'm tuning it in and out, honestly. Cool. Secondly, if I hate it, it's a library book. I'll just return it and then I'll be done with it. And then it won't matter. And they're decent. I like them. I won't say anything about the general demeanor of these characters. Like, they're very, very dominant, domineering, characters in general. And I don't necessarily have a problem with that in fiction. Maybe not so much in my real life. Like, we might butt heads, okay, friend? That might happen. But the whole point is that I'm very excited to have all these books. So I have 12 books. Now, wait for it. Ow. Fluff and stuff. Because Second & Charles is like very much so bagless, they have reusable bags. And I have gone to this I have gone to the store in company of the human a couple times, and I've commented on this bag because I keep seeing it, and it is just I kind of think it's kind of ugly, but that's why I love it. Bam. I mean, look at it, though. Look at it. It's so bright. It's so fucking obnoxious. And the irony is, the human is a music-oriented human, and so this amuses me, like, even more. Okay, even more, friends, even more. But, okay, so here's the thing. I have always been a big reader, like always, and I used to own a lot more books. Now, I don't know how much I've really talked about this, but one of the things it is, I used to own a lot more books, a lot more metaphysical-oriented books, like a lot more. And then over the years, and moves and everything, those things have disappeared, and been lost, and damaged, so I actually used to have a list of all the books I had. And I'm missing like a good couple boxes, right? And I can't tell you exactly what's happened to them, but some of them have been the casualties of relationships and just moves in general, right? And parting ways with people and having my stuff destroyed, which is really exciting for me, and I love that for myself. I love that for myself. It's great. So there's that. But more to the point, I have also, the second thing I've had a lot of has been personal books, like books that I've read. Like me rereading the Styxx series, which I have we'll be doing some shares with those, because those were some of the first books that I bought. Well, actually, those were some of the first books that I got. And those were donation books, and I was really excited because I got like a good chunk of the series, like at the beginning of the series, which is great. And now I've just been like kind of, keeping an eye out for them because there's like 40-some books in that series because the man is still writing, which is glorious. Anyway. Yeah, so I used to own, back in the day, before I started getting into witch books, and even art books probably started about the same time that my fiction started. But when I was a kid, like, making art and writing and reading stories was like what I did. That was my life, because I am not a social human. I don't really like people. I like books. I like plants. I like making things. Yeah, those are my, like, preferred pastimes. if I had to pick just a few activities and never do anything else, those would be the things that I would do, more than likely. So anyway, by and large, I have not owned a good library of like books that I actually read like in a really long time, because of the books that I owned, those were some of the first to disappear, like really. So it's been a thing for me to say, okay, listen, you love these books so much, you read them and read them and reread them and reread them, and I do, which is why I read like a handful of authors. Do you think that maybe you should own them? And I was like, yeah, I should. Yeah, I should. And so one of the things over the years I've been trying to do is own them, re-own them again. And the funny thing is when I went to college the first time, I stopped reading so much. I stopped reading so much because anybody who's gone to school, if you were a reader, you went to school and then you probably stopped reading or started reading significantly less. Why? Because you were too busy with schoolwork and reading that stuff and studying and everything and going to class to like have any pastime and read and then still sleep. And like, let me tell you, friend, I will lose some sleep in order to read a book. I will. Maybe not the best choice, depending on what's going on in your life though, right? Like maybe not. Maybe ill-fated a decision. Especially if you have to like commute quite a ways, which I do have to do now, which sucks. Oh my gosh, it sucks so much. It's not my favorite thing. So over the years, I have just decided, okay, well, you should probably start working on getting on your books. Now, like I said, Second and Charles is a used bookstore, like for a lot of it, and that's great, and I love that. And I love new books, and I love old books, and as long as it's readable, I don't really freaking care, honestly. But it's really nice, and it's just a great little like opportunity to like have this, and so I'm really excited to be able to buy these books and finally get them. And I gotta tell you, as much as I spent on books, I got a nice haul, and it's great. And that's it. So I'm looking at my notes. Leave me alone. I can't remember everything. Let's see. So, as you can see, as of this recording, I have not done anything with these. I'm actually... This is like 1 or 2 book hauls ago. Like, as far as actual things I bought. As of this recording, they've been sitting out, not put away, because I'm like, you have to... This is content. This is you sharing. This is something to share. You should share it. You should share it before you put it away. Because what I found, for me personally, what I know about myself, is if I go and put it away, and then I have to make content about it, and I have to dig it all out, I might not. I might not. And that's actually one of the reasons why I have not been making content like I should, according to my schedule, like I mean to, is because the content that I have scheduled, I'm like, shit. I can't reach it. It's not accessible. And I'm like, is it all where you think it is? Or is it maybe in a couple of places because you moved? And I was like, you know what? I don't even know anymore. I don't love this for myself. It's yucky. It's gross. So, yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah. But, literally, prior to this recording, I was talking with T-Rex, and I realized, not only do you need to put these books away, you also need to add them to your book ledger. And I was like, oh snap, I do. Well shit. Well shit. Great. I'm not ready. I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't think about that. I thought I was gonna do... I thought I was just going to share books and be done. And I forgot that you created a book ledger. And one of the reasons why I created a book ledger, right, is as I mentioned earlier, I used to own a lot more books. One of them is so I can replace all those books, know what I have, okay, maybe comment on said books. And some of these books, like, I have for reference, and some of them are probably crap because I bought them without, like, really properly vetting them. And, like, as I've gone through, like, some of the books and, like, gone through some reviews, like, some of them, I've found that some of the books are, like, terrible. And this is also, like, the awakening and just being more socially conscious and realizing, hey, look, some people don't have any business writing about certain things. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't worry. We'll talk about it later. Not right now, but later. And this is not, and it's not that it doesn't, it does absolutely apply to fiction, but, like, that's not what I'm talking about. But also, yes, maybe don't speak on things that you don't know anything about. And you don't have any personal experience. It's about, like, I don't think that's a great idea. I think you're not really going to contribute to the conversation in a meaningful way if you do that. So I have to keep a ledger on my witch books and my art books. And I was like, well, since you're doing that, might as well just keep a ledger on your fiction too, so that you know what you have, so that you don't do something silly like buy a book twice. Which I don't think I've bought a book twice yet. I don't think I've done it yet. However, I probably have gotten close to it. And especially given that all these series is like Mercy Thompson is like 20 some books. The Carpathian series is like upwards of 20, maybe 30. The League series is right somewhere between like 17 and like 25. The Immortals After Dark is about close to 20-ish, I think. And then the Dark Hunters is like upwards of 25, I think, or hitting around 25 or so. I don't know. It's going to be easy at some point, with the exception of Styxx, Stygian, and Acheron, to accidentally buy something ever. Now, that said, I actually have, like, all of the books for the Dark Hunter series. So that's, like, the one series that I've actually done really good. Also heartburn. With getting the series and not having to, like, and that's, in fact, now that I think about it, that's the one series that I have all of them of. Like, that's not true. I don't have any of the Dragon books. Anyway, whatever. Okay? Listen. I'm allowed to make mistakes. But this is the whole point. Get all of the books. And then I will know what I have, and then we'll not try to buy books again. Okay, I'm gonna go now. So, if you want to see a picture of my whole haul and that silly bag that I bought, you can scroll into the post below. If you're watching this on YouTube, head over to that link at the top, and it'll send you over to my Patreon, where you can check out everything and see all the pictures. It's going to be all the books and the bag, blah, 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 blah. And because this is mostly books, and the links blurred, wow. In the links, I'm also going to do all of the versions of links. So whenever I do Sunday with Book Bay, I do and I can't remember everything. I do all the social media. I do the website. I do the, some two digital places that people very popularly go to get books. Just because I am team let's get books faster. But I fully support you going to your library, borrowing a book for a friend, or hitting a thrift store and trying to find a book. Friends. These are places that we can find books, and we should find books there. But I also, I'm not going to tell you like what to do with your wallet, friend. Keep it safe, keep it secret. Do those things, right? But no, all the social media, the websites, every little thing. So I have all those things, and then adding it. And I use Goodreads. I know it's yucky. There's also Fable. There's a couple other things which I haven't gotten into. Fable. I have a Fable account, but I haven't really used it. But anyway. Yeah, so I have all the links to all the things. So if you want to go find it and fritter through there, scroll below, friends, scroll below. don't forget to visit my websites, Radiant and Genius Divine, where you might find some like book inspired stuff up there. I don't know. It might happen at some point. And of course my active social media, which right now my social media is not active, to be perfectly honest with you, but like we're gonna start maybe, I think, I don't know. Classes start in a couple of weeks, or by the time I post this, it will have started. This is getting posted in the middle of September. Yeah. So classes have started, and I gotta tell you, I'm probably swamped right now. Future me is really tired and wants to take a nap, and is hanging on by a thread, and is just reminding themselves that I gotta make it to December. Make it to December and not combust or explode. Not explode before the world does, okay? Right? Yeah. Just hanging there. So that little kitten poster, yeah, that's where I am right now. Probably. Past me is not fine, but past me is fine, but it's not fine, but it's fine, but it's fine enough. It's fine enough. Don't tell anybody. But, yes. Okay, so since you stayed to the end of this ridiculous video, tomorrow we're supposed to be doing a work in progress Wednesday and check-in. Due to the nature of the fact that this is past me talking to future you, which is now present you for you watching this. I don't know what we're talking about tomorrow. Fingers crossed how to make it. Okay, because the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm so freaking tired. The Monday, Wednesday, Friday segments are gonna get a lot harder for me to make, probably, because where is the time gonna go? In fact, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday might get turned into audio only. I don't know. I don't even know what life is gonna look like as of when this gets posted, to be perfectly honest with you friends. I don't know. But just stay tuned. Yeah, do that. Okay, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye, my lovelies, and I will chat with you at a time that is not now. Toodles. Keep reading.